Hey, welcome back to the Ping Pong Flix Show. My name is Chris Wong. There are a few updates for us today, so let's get right into the program. All right. The first topic of the day is coming from Collider, the exclusive from them. Transformers Rise of the Beast adds Ron Perlman as the voice of Optimus Primal. Optimus Primal is the fearless leader of the Maximals, and though Perlman did not voice Primal in the original Beast Wars Transformers series, he did voice the character in the animated series Transformers Power the Prime. And for those wondering, yes, Peter Cullen is back as Optimus Prime in the character's G1 form. So that's amazing because we love the G1 form. Everybody was so stoked about that Cybertron opening sequence in Bumblebee. We wanted to see more of that. And of course, we're going to get more of that in addition to Beast Wars characters. So hopefully this lives up to the hype that is Transformers. They got it a little bit of, a lot of it right in Bumblebee. The action is phenomenal in the Michael Bay Transformers. They're going to try to combine those into an ultimate Transformers movie, and I think this one will take the cake. So hopefully it will. And if you want to hear a little bit more about this Rise of the Beast, click on the link up here for my Transformers Rise of the Beasts movie explained. But today also started the production of John Wick Chapter 4. I'm excited for John. I love John Wick. Ever since seeing that first trailer for the first John Wick movie, I'm like, he's going to go on revenge because of a puppy. And I'm like, totally, that is totally acceptable. So I was really excited for John Wick, and it movie after movie, it has not stopped the action. It's amazing. It's explosive. Keanu Reeves is the man. I am a huge Keanu Reeves fan. So John Wick Chapter 4 can't get here soon enough. It's going to have Donnie Yen in it. Come on, John Wick. Donnie Yen, Ip Man himself. He's going to be in this movie. So it's going to be pretty cool. And also Hiroyuki Sanada as well. So that's it's an all-star cast for John Wick Chapter 4. It's a Keanu Reeves-sance. I got to, with Matrix coming out as well, it's a Keanu Reeves-sance. It's been for a while now. All right, so Zack Snyder's next project is coming out soon, or at least he's going to get into developing soon. His next project will probably be The Next Photograph, also known as Horse Latitudes, and he talked a bit about this. He has to go to South America and stuff like that, but there is restrictions, but I think maybe it's starting to clear up now. They're starting to schedule things, but now we're hearing that Billy Crudup is attached, and Corey Stoll is in talks to join. So the sources at Illuminati told them that Zack Snyder's next movie, Horse Latitudes, has been rumored for being in development for some time now. The logline describes a veteran war photographer taking shots of a diplomat and his family as they are killed before teaming up with a trained soldier to find the murderer. And as of now, they weren't able to confirm any signed talent for Zack Snyder's new project. However, Billy Crudup, as attached with Corey Stoll, is in discussions as well. That's, Billy Crudup, Corey Stoll. So it sounds amazing. It does. And wondering who is the photographer taking shots of the diplomat, and who is the trained soldier to find the murderer, or is one of them the diplomat? So it's kind of it makes you wonder. I'm wondering, like, each of these two guys, they can play each of those characters. You can totally see him as a war photographer, him too. You could totally see him as a diplomat. You could totally see him as a trained soldier. So I don't know. Or even the murderer. So we don't know who's who yet until we get closer to, Zack Snyder actually shooting it. Is it going to be an independent? He did say it's going to be a micro-budget film. So whether that means an independent film, is it going to go straight to Netflix, as he's really doing really, really well with Netflix? I would like to think that Netflix will definitely play this movie for all of us, and I think that will probably be the way to go. But there is something there to that, and it's like a thriller, and it's something interesting because I know it's like a micro budget and stuff like that. It's a drama almost. I'm wondering if there's going to be any interesting genre elements that will be added in here because it's Zack Snyder. Or maybe not. Maybe he says, no genre things today. It's just going to be a straight up thriller, drama, things like that. So that's interesting to see. So hopefully we'll learn about this project real soon. And speaking of Zack Snyder's Justice League, Hideo Kojima bought a copy. He said, I announced the director's cut version of DS, Death Stranding, but regardless, I bought the Blu-ray DVD of the Zack Snyder cut of Justice League. I saw the Joss Whedon version in the theater. Even though I understand the circumstances, it's rare for a director's cut to have a director's name attached to it. He says it's interesting, and it is 4 hours long. I don't know if he's actually seen it or he just picked up a copy. I could have sworn he actually saw the movie when it came out on HBO Max. I remember him tweeting about it. But at any rate, he bought the copy of it, and I think it's him being a director who's all about having his vision. I mean, he had that whole thing with Konami about Metal Gear Solid, and his true Metal Gear Solid 5 really never came out. Honestly, I think he was let go before a lot of these things that he wanted to finish because they were really pushing him to finish it. Kind of like Zack Snyder in a way, but he's over at his own production company and doing his own thing, just like how Zack Snyder is doing his own thing. So it's kind of, in a way, kind of cool. And so I think maybe out of respect, he's saying it's great to see a director's name attached to the project and put it right there. So him as well, Hideo Kojima's whatever game after that. So even though I would have loved to see him continue Metal Gear Solid, but the circumstances didn't work out in that favor at all. But it's great to see Hideo Kojima supporting Zack Snyder's work here because he's my favorite game director. So speaking of more of Zack Snyder stuff, the Batfleck movie trended on social media over the weekend, with fans calling for DC to make Ben Affleck's solo Batman film. IGN put this out, including all other media about that. So it's great to see that people are still getting into it and still wanting want Ben Affleck to make the Batfleck movie. I would love it as well, please. If there's any more life in that, let's have it. Let's see it. So that's why I'm crossing all my fingers and toes that Daniel Rickman is not pulling our strings and actually is saying that the door is wide open for Ben Affleck to return, and that possibly he actually will return with multiple appearances post Flash. I don't want Flash to be his last movie. Really, I don't want him to die that movie. Hopefully it will be the case where Michael Keaton comes in, mentors the entire team, including Ben Affleck's Batman in certain aspects, and that he can continue being Batman while Michael Keaton is the role like Oracle or essentially like the Alfred over at the Watchtower, something like that. That would be kind of interesting. So, but we'll have to wait and see about that. But it's great to see the support. A little bit more about support. I mean, Melissa Benoist had actually supported Sasha Calle when Sasha Calle was announced to be Supergirl. She said, "This is 100. Yes, girl, you can fly. Welcome to the DC Universe, Sasha Calle. Cannot wait to see you as Supergirl. The world needs as many Supergirls as it can get." That's really cute. I like how she supports her. Sasha Calle supports her back in, a smaller fashion, but support nonetheless. Put on Instagram that she went to watch season 6. She's getting ready to watch Supergirl season 6 and supporting Melissa Benoist that way. So it's great to see them support each other. That's all I really wanted to say about this, because I'm really excited for Supergirl. If you haven't noticed, I am excited for Sasha Calle's Supergirl or a Supergirl in general. I was looking forward to a new Supergirl movie, expanding the L family in the DCEU, and we're finally getting that. The question still is, yes, she's supporting Kara Zor-El, Supergirl. Is she Kara Zor-El herself, or is she Laura Kent? Or is, whatever she is, but she is definitely a Supergirl. We just don't know which Supergirl it is, and whether or not Henry Cavill show up so they can see, we can see them together. That'd be pretty cool. All right, Aquaman 2. So Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom has finally started, and James Wan put it out. They're in the snow for some reason. That's interesting. Now, the working title is Necros, and I think I've mentioned this before, but Necros is an underwater city, is unique in that it only exists for very brief intervals of time and can never be found in the same location twice. That makes it really hard to actually find it. So Necros is like Atlantis. It's another domed underwater city. Unlike Atlantis, Necros has more unstable status in the ocean, and I'm reading off this fandom site here. Necros is known as the Black City, is ruled over by the tyrant king Mongol. Its society seems to be wholly militaristic. So that is conflict right there. That clearly shows this is probably going to be a very difficult kingdom to bring in with, to unite together, and that's probably the main conflict of this movie, as it is called Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. I'm almost thinking maybe in this way, and honestly don't know too much about this part of the comics, but perhaps because Orm is involved in that, is Orm going to help Aquaman, or is Orm going to try to be the king of Nicaris and actually war against Aquaman and Atlantis this time. So let's see what happens. But not only Creepy Puppet, James Wan is excited. Yahya Abdul II is excited as well. He reposted it. He put Black Manta right there. We back, baby! in the Fortress of Solitude. No, I'm kidding. It's not. I don't think it has anything to do with Superman. That'd be cool though. But if it did, but clearly doubt it. It's just another a location in the movie. But speculate away what this could possibly mean. Who's also in this movie, of course, is Amber Heard. Amber Heard is back as Mara. No, she did not get fired as of today, and even James Wan welcomed her back into production. But the reason why I'm talking about this is that apparently her name trended today because a lot of people are upset and they want her out of the Aquaman 2 film before even they're like willing to boycott the Aquaman 2 film in regards to this, or losing interest in Aquaman 2 film. There's also justice for Johnny Depp and things like that. My curiosity is whether or not this controversial thing is going to affect the movie at all. The first movie did over $1 billion in the box office, and and for a lot of intense, many people enjoyed it. It was a fun movie, and usually the second movie will probably do just as good. I'm curious how much COVID withstanding. I think by then there won't be too much of this COVID, and I think honestly maybe the theaters will be back in full swing by then. I'm curious to see how this Amber Heard situation will affect this movie. Did they roll the dice well that they allowed her to come in, or did they roll it wrong? And this shall absolutely affect the box office and the energy and the people excited for this Aquaman 2. So that part I'm really curious about. So let's see what happens as we get closer to Aquaman 2, Aquaman and the Lost Kingdoms release in theaters. All right. Thank you so much for watching. Like I said, if you absolutely love this daily dose of entertainment news and content, please click the like button, hit the subscribe button, ring that notification bell, keep this hot dog light on, and I'll see you next time. Bye.